Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hanifatul Azra. My registration number is 1910732009. This video is my reading report assignment for Introduction to Applied Linguistics class. In this video, I will explain my understanding on the second topic and the third topic. So I will explain the second topic first. The second topic is an overview and the history of applied linguistics. I will explain the definition of applied linguistics. Applied linguistics is the application of linguistics that is related to the language, how the language is learned, how the language is taught, in order to achieve some purpose and solve some problems related to the language. And then what the difference between linguistics and applied linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study about language. Meanwhile, applied linguistics is the field of linguistics that is identifies, investigates, and offers a solution to the language related to problems. And then the last one that I explained for this topic is the development of applied linguistics before and after 20th century. Major attempt at linguistic description began to occur in the second half of 18th century. Samuel Johnson published his Dictionary of English Language in 1755. This book has effect to the English spelling standard at the time. And then in the 1762, Robert Lowth published an influential grammar books, which is short introduction to English grammar. And then the real acceleration of change in linguistic description and pedagogy occur in the 20th century. At the beginning of the century, the second language taught by grammar translation method, which used since 18th century. This lesson typically have one or more new grammar rules, a list of vocabulary, and some practice example to translate from first language to the second language or vice versa. Now let's begin the explanation for the third topic. The third topic is the first language acquisition. I will explain the definition of first language acquisition. First language acquisition is the process of the children learning their native language. And then the next is facts and the problems with first language acquisition. Because of the needs to communicate and socialize, the children need to learn the language. In learning the language, there are some stages that the children experience. The first stage is when the baby starts making noises and babbling in the age of 3 months, and then after that they begin to produce their first word in the early of 9 months, and then after they have 50 words of in their spoken vocabulary, they begin to combine the words into 2 or more to describe various meaning. And then they in the 4 years of age, they experience rapid expansion in the size of vocabulary and sentence. And after the 4 years, they experience rapid they improve their conversation skills. And then beside of the learning stage, they also experience problems and challenge in learning language. It is because they have to improve their conversation skills, and then they must competence like an adults, and then they not only learn about the language, but also they learn how to pronounce the word, and then they learn how to combine the words correctly. And then the next one is roles of adults and input children's first language acquisition. Children's usually not always at complete or near complete linguistic items. The adults must adjust or fine-tune their speech based on the child response. In here, the adults need to adjust and add the missing item in the children's speaking skills. It's more likely adding the missing item. And then the last one is the impact of language socialization on first language acquisition. Basically language socialization is making the newcomers or the children's aware about the values, the norms, and the belief in the community. Language socialization has an impact to help understand the interpersonal and culture dimension in the language acquisition, and the role of the children in the language development. I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.